All right, good morning. God bless each and every one of you guys. It is a motivational Monday. It is Monday, June the 27th, 2022, 1 minute after the hour. Welcome, guys. Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team. That's Senny J and Barbi Cologne, only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Good morning, guys. God bless everyone. The chat room is open, or please call in 570-982-6950. Broadcasting live, iHeartRadio, radio.com. Good morning, sponsored by Comedy World Network. We appreciate you. Please download the Comedy World Network app. Thank you so much. Special shout out to all our sponsors, our sponsors, and also all our affiliates out there. We truly appreciate each and every one of you. If you're not on social media, we're on YouTube. Please go to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show, like and subscribe to the page, and you'll get notified when we go live Monday through Friday. Good morning. God bless. Also, we're on all social media platforms. Thank you so much for tuning in this glorious morning. We're on Facebook right now this morning, so go to our business page, the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team business page. Like the page, you get notified when we go live Monday through Friday. Join our group, the Shawn Harvey Morning Show, featuring the Wake Up Team group, one of the hottest groups on Facebook. Thank you so much, guys. We truly appreciate you. This way you get your morning love, but most importantly, it's the only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Senny J, God bless you. Good morning, and how are you?
Good morning, Shawn. I'm doing great. Good morning to everybody listening. We have an amazing show for you today on this Motivational Monday, so make sure you stick around with us because I'm going to give you front page news with Senny J, where I will let you know what's going on locally and nationally, as well as everything going on in entertainment news. So stick around for that. Good morning, Barbi.
Good morning, Senny. Good morning, Shawn.
Good morning, Barbi. Barbi, it's good to see you this morning. It seems like we haven't seen each other in a while because of cancellations and scheduling and all that. How you been, Barbi?
I've been great. How you been?
I've been good. Awesome. Everything's good. All right, so before we get into this thing, guys, special shout out to my folks down there in Central Florida. I was in Florida over the last couple of days, St. Petersburg area and Spring Hills area, Florida, right outside of the Tampa metropolitan area. And I want to say thank you guys so much for having me, and I definitely and thoroughly enjoyed you guys. And I say this, Barbi, because it's a different type of hospitality in the South comparison to up here, even in the state of Florida. And the hospitality went to a whole nother level, Barbi. Senny, before we get into the show, I'll tell you what happened. My man picked me up, Mike from the airport, and he was like, "Yo, Shawn, tomorrow before you go to the next show, we're gonna go jet skiing." I was like, "No, we're not.
Right.
We're not doing that. I don't need to get hurt. I'm a water guy. I love it, but we're not doing that." We just now the show was, and then we did the show Friday night. The accommodations were awesome, and the show was off the hook. And special shout out to the local comedians down there in Tampa, and the same people showed me love. Then the next night, Barbi, I go 40 miles north of Tampa, a town called Spring Hills, a very progressive town with a lot of Latino folks that got great jobs.
Okay.
And my man Carlos, who used to live in the Bronx, does a great show now. He's a promoter down there, and boy, they love him, and the folks turn out. It's a great look. It's like a urban show, but with Latino folks and white folks, and there was a few black folks there, so we was turning up. Now, before we get into the whole thing, Senny, I don't want to say, and it goes back to the aggressive behavior with the audience members and comedians.
Okay.
So, Senny, the place is packed on Saturday night, right? Before we get into the show. And welcome, guys. Come on, then. I just want to say this before we get in, before we do our thing. God bless. Barbi, the place is packed. The promoter, look at this guy. He's walking around with no shirt on.
The rain, it looks like.
And he's wiping his ass at the same time.
I was just about to say, was he wiping his butt?
Okay, so it's a lot going on. We can see people walking back and forth because we got this big window in front of us, and we're on the street level here. All right, and Senny, I get to the place, right? Barbi Cologne, and the place is packed. It's a good look. The vibes is good. The energy's there. The DJs, the music is bumping. Everybody, people are filing in. This is that type of exciting moment. So sometimes when we have at the Iron Mill, right?
Yeah.
And Senny, the host, he was hilarious. I never met this guy before in my life. And then the feature act, right? Man, this guy was so funny. But everybody knew him. I didn't know the guy. I never met this guy before in my life. But he was hilarious. He was funny as hell. Like, I'm thinking to myself, is this guy trying to chop my head off? All right, fine. If this is the route we're going to go, then this is what we're going to do. Harvey got up there, delivered all that smoke, right, see?
Yeah.
It was dope. I'm very modest when I come down to the comedy, stand on baseball. I don't even talk about things like that. I don't.
Shawn is very funny.
Now,
Hilarious.
hear me out. While I was on stage singing, and Barbi Cologne, God bless you, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Before we get into the show, I was in this VFW hall. You know, it seems like every town has a VFW hall,
Right.
except for the Bronx, New York. The Stroudsburg here, everybody got the glorious VSW hall, and then with these halls, right? They rent out their space
Yeah.
to folks to have events, which is there's nothing wrong with that. So my man Carlos Los, man, yo, I love you, bro. This is my guy. I'm having him call in, right? Senny, he's the type of promoter. He got 4 different locations. This is how this guy's on top of everything.
Yeah.
So he happened to show the VFW some love, Barbi Cologne. He brought the crowd there because on the typical Saturday night, they ain't doing nothing in there.
Okay.
So I'm on, and I just want to give you a little backstory before I get into the. So anyway, so I'm on stage. I jump out of my set. I start snapping on Carlos, the promoter and his crew. Called him the comedy cartel. It was just some funny. You had to be there in the moment. It was funny.
Right.
It was one of those in the moment hilarious kind of moments, right? Now, Bart, I look around. Now all of a sudden I forgot. Like now I know where I'm at. I'm at this VFW hall. So I stop and I go, yo. And I'm not saying it the way I said it on stage. It's just can't just duplicate. But I go, basically I say, yo, welcome to the, VFW. We got Korean War night on Thursday.
Showing you a best.
Tuesdays or something else. Like I'm just, and they're laughing. People are laughing.
Right.
It's funny. Then I started marching. Like I started going to 10 hut. But it was in a funny Cadians kind. People would laugh.
Was it?
Yeah, it was funny as hell. Listen, I know funny. And then I started like chiming. I was like, go away, army songs.
Right, a little chant.
Little
Right,
chat, like, and
right,
the people
right.
go, and then to the left, to the right of me, on stage to the right of me, which I didn't see the whole night, there was a MIA memorial table.
Sure, they was like this neighbor.
So I looked at it, I said, let's give it up for the missing dead neighbors.
Oh, no, you did not.
Sure did.
Shawn Harvey.
What?
But I
You
said it.
disrespectful
Oh no, hear me out.
Said it in a loving
Hear me out.
way.
I said it. You gotta understand this. I said it in a way the crowd
Right.
started applauding
They
and
did.
laughing because the way I delivered it.
Okay.
Right now, the
okay.
way even the members were laughing because they was caught up in that funny.
Right, in the moment.
They
that
was
funny
caught up in the moment, and I said after I said that, I said I'm the only comedian up here recognizing the vets,
Right, okay.
but I
You got
said
a
it in
point.
that funny way.
Right.
Right?
All
Did
right.
my last joke, half the room stood up. We had right. Then Barbi, I'm selling merchandise, I'm talking to people, I'm connecting, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, right?
Right.
This is 20 minutes after I finish. I go to the bar to get a drink. I don't drink, guys. A drink is seltzer
soda or
water.
some water.
Seltzer water,
Sure.
right? Barbi,
That was it.
Right. I'm going to drink.
Okay.
if I was drinking, I wouldn't be here this morning. Trust me. Trust me. I'd be texting Senny, what you doing? Don't F that show. Come on. Let's spark up. And Senny be like, you sure? Trust me. Senny is waiting for me to relapse. Trust me. Now, Barbi.
I'll be there for you.
I know you will.
You and me will be fine.
Now, Barbi, guess what happens?
What happened?
I go over to the bar, it's all love, They started the after party, and then I had to stay because my man Los, the promoter, had to take me back to the hotel.
Right.
So I really couldn't go anywhere.
couldn't go.
So, but the vibes were dope, so I didn't mind. And plus, he was taking me to the airport in the morning so I could get back here.
Right.
Barbi,
So much stuff going on.
guess what happened before we start the show?
What?
The cook
Not the chef.
bursts out the kitchen, and he's walking on canes.
Oh.
You ever see two people walk on canes?
I have.
Barbi, he makes a beeline right to me and goes, direct quote, mother effer. It was a white guy, Babylonian white guy, straight
course.
Trump 24.
When you said effer,
Yeah,
I knew it.
straight 20, Trump 24.
I knew it had to be.
Or believe in all the conspiracy. One of those guys. And he had stains, like he was cooking the food.
Right.
He comes out with his canes. He said, mother effer, you are not going to effing disrespect this place. You insulted me. So I said, whoa. Like I was shocked the way,
Right.
and he was angry.
He was upset with you, Shawn.
So I go, whoa, sir, hold on. Let me explain. Right? He goes, F you.
F you too.
And I lost it.
You should have.
I lost it. F me. F you. I'm going in. Yo, when I go in, I go in. I go. But he was walking like this. Yo, he was walking. Yo, Barbi, he was walking like this with his suitcase. I couldn't. I'm not making this up. He was like this. He said, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. He was like, yo, it was
You gotta catch me first.
So shout out to the cook.
Wait, what Carlos say?
Carlos was like, you gotta go.
Right, let's go, Shawn.
Gotta
Let's
go. I'm ready. I'm about to lose my mind in this place. I'm already going through a lot. So is he. Maybe he got injured in the war. That's why he's walking like.
And you was just.
And listen, bro.
He
We
had
all
a lot
got
going on.
Bro. We all got problems out there.
Just laugh.
Okay.
Laugh is good for the soul.
It was a joke. It was an edgy joke, but I wasn't being disrespectful to the place.
Just laugh.
A little bit, but it was funny. But bro, like, don't get on me with this.
Right.
You the one telling the joke. Who are you supposed to be mad at?
Senny, he come out like that. I couldn't believe it. He came out. I said, I know this is not happening. I am not making this up.
Oh, that's how he walked.
He had two canes.
He couldn't come out any other way.
But how did he make the burgers? Oh, and he was white to the core.
Not white.
Oh man, he was so like maybe, I don't know, like you got shot in the war, maybe he got shot in the war, somebody died. Listen, we know people who died. I get it, but don't direct that at me.
Sure, he was mad with you.
Oh, he was pissed. But and you know how the kitchen got the swinging doors?
Right.
I'm not making it up. He bust through the. I saw him. I thought he was coming over to show
He
love.
was waiting for you
Oh,
to finish.
man.
He couldn't wait till
Boy,
that
he dropped
last
those fries.
burger came out. Right. So he could leave that kitchen and
Barbi
curse
like
your
this.
tail out.
Barbi like this. Hey, I couldn't believe it. Only thing I had to do was kick one of his canes.
Right.
He was done.
Over. He was done.
So shout out to the people in Spring Hill, Florida.
Hey, Spring Hill.
Thanks for having me, man.
might not be welcome back.
But you know what? Carlos said to me that when I said to give it up for the missing,
That's probably where he
his assistant looked at him. Carlos told me that his assistant looked at me and goes, he says to his assistant, go, we're out of here.
They do it. That was the last one. A little too far.
He was like, yo, we out of here.
A little too far. That last.
Said that a little bit too far. But bro, you
Please
can't,
just
yo,
say
stop.
Shawn won't be
Yo,
back.
again. Nah, they want me to come back. I just can't come back. I can't go back there.
Not to the
Right.
VFW.
Not to the VF. And shout out to all the VFWs out here in these streets. Okay? Because you know why? You VFWs, you need us. You need people throwing baby showers, a little parties here and there,
They do.
your little
Keep it-
spades tournaments. You need us.
To keep them doors open.
We don't need you. Y'all need us.
Yeah.
There was going to be my man Carlos had almost 120 people in there last night. I mean, on Saturday night. When do we go to VFW? No disrespect to the VFW hall, but when do we go? When somebody's having an event.
Having something.
It's not like you and I hit you up, Barbi, later in the day. Yo,
Right.
Barbi, VFW popping tonight.
All right, sure, I'll be shit.
Yo, let's get dressed up.
We going to the VFW.
You know, and then they got the wall. You know, they got all the Babylonians on the wall. Much respect. But yo, don't come at me like that. Carlos and them rented out the spot.
Right.
Your bartender made hundreds of dollars. You worked that night. You was making orders of fries and hamburgers and other things that you was making. The owners was happy, but then you had to act up.
He was upset with you.
You checking me.
He was mad with you, Shawn.
He was pissed.
He was hot.
I thought he was gonna tackle me like the dude did with Dave Chappelle.
Right.
Or get smacked.
Or hit you with one of his canes.
That's right. He might have had a knife in the cane.
Probably trying to take your knee out.
That's right.
So you can match what his fly. Okay. Okay.
And again, before we move on, shout out to all the VFWs out there. Where's the local
Because I
VFW?
know Shawn is disrespectful. He was probably up in there saying some crazy stuff.
Yeah, I was, but it was
Even
fun.
yeah, I was.
It was funny.
See,
City, it was
comedians, it's
hilarious.
funny.
It's funny.
But it's at the expense of other people, and that's what people don't
But
like.
isn't almost all jokes at the expense of other people's?
I mean, aren't
No, it was,
they?
you know what I was, Barbi, because I went there with the VFW table, and the table was nice and neat. They had like the flag
That's
there.
where you do
They had a
that.
rose and all
Like the
that,
other
and the
jokes-
picture of it up, like, you know what I mean?
The other jokes was like, okay. But that last joke where you was like, shout out to the missing, that's when you was over the line, Shawn. He said, oh, this mother effer.
But I said
was
shout out to
coming
the
for
missing.
you.
I got the most respect for the military. I said shout out to the missing, you know.
No, he was ready to come for you, Shawn. How dare
I said
you
missing.
disrespect
and my
the day
neighbors.
in the missing.
Oh,
They served this great country.
I
One of my
didn't even
greatest.
see a thing over there.
Yeah.
All right, well,
He was out with you.
yeah, he was done.
That man was 38 high.
He dropped those fries.
Came out that kitchen.
And one more thing before, because I'm gonna turn the show. I'm gonna yield the show to you young ladies, because I'm gonna just say one more thing, because we're gonna leave out here early. Now,
Okay.
if you're flying somewhere in this country, I fly a lot. If you're flying anywhere in this country within this rest of this year, you better make your flight. You better make your flight. There is a shortage of pilots. And there's a shortage of a lot going on out there. And I'll tell you why. I was in Charlotte, Senny, North Carolina on the layover to get to Tampa. Every flight for you, American Airlines, Barbi Cologne, was booked with a list of 5 to 15 standbys. That's when you know it's a problem.
But this has been going on since COVID.
It's got
That
worse.
people, yeah, because of how they're gonna make it get better. Because people are still getting sick and going through all this stuff and traveling, and people are not stopping flying. They want to fly more. So, and all y'all leaving, people are going on trips. We got our flights were delayed last year. We were coming back from Costa Rica. I had to stay a whole nother day. I mean, and it's hard to get pilots, and then they're overworked and stuff like that. So, I don't know.
I follow a flight.
It does, and it doesn't even matter the airline. People
Right,
are
all
always
of them.
talking about different airlines. Every airline, it's almost been like every weekend. It's like almost 1,000 flights across the country are canceled, or, not. They don't have pilots and staff shortages and all this other type of stuff.
Yeah, a flight attendant I follow on TikTok. She was saying, if you can drive, because the shortages of pilots. and
Well, there you go.
Canceling flights is getting ridiculous.
I'm not driving. I can't stand more than 3 hours in the car.
A lady that I was
just
flying
won't
back,
go.
I was in Tampa and I was flying back to Charlotte yesterday morning, and she missed her flight coming to Tampa the day before. She said that she missed the flight. There was no more flights to Tampa. She had to go to Jacksonville, which was 4 hours away. They tell her you're either going to go to Jacksonville or you're going to miss your event, because we have no more flights to Tampa. She had to fly to Jacksonville and drive 4 hours to where she had to go. So it's real in these streets. If you traveling and you going to airports, you're right. There's a lot of cancellations on the flights anyway, but you don't want to miss your flight,
No, you don't.
because you're done. It's just, you're not going to get where you want to go. And that's it. And then one more thing. Y'all keep talking about these services on these planes like Sprint, comparison to JetBlue. Again, I always say this. It's the same plane. The plane has the same turbo engines. That's what you should be more concerned about. And the pilot getting rest. And the electronics working. You worrying about Sprint, comparison to American, Delta, and all these other carriers.
I mean, Spirit.
Spirit. Everybody, it's the same planes. They're just painted differently. Okay? So knock it off. The ultimate goal is get to point A to point B alive.
Yeah.
And back. So shout out to all those folks that fly Spirit, and shout out to all the folks that fly everything else, because you're flying on the same kind of planes. Turbo mine engines. And Senny, I had the window seat coming back. I was looking out the window, Barbi, and I saw the engine. And the engine, it was spinning.
Yeah.
And I said to the engine, continue to spin.
I know that's right.
I didn't care. I didn't care what airline I was on.
Oh, that's right. Continue to spin, please.
Please spin.
thank you.
I was watching it spin. All right,
Yeah.
enough of that. Senny, what's going on in the world?
Shawn, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. This one particular story is really interesting because it's kind of sad, but also goes to, in the summertime, people pushing each other in the water and all the stuff like that. A woman, she's getting a year, and I don't know if this is too light. She's getting a year in prison after pushing a man off of a boat, and she ended up, somebody went in to save him, and I think it was his brother, and he died.
The person who tried to save him.
Yeah, the person who tried to save him died. So it was supposed to be a prank. This woman in Georgia, she's been sentenced to a year in jail in connection with the drowning deaths of 2 men. Her name is Shawn Kirkland. She's 32. She pleaded guilty to reckless conduct and involuntary manslaughter in the death of Ian Wilson and Edward Kirk Jr. that occurred on Clarks Hill Lake in Lincoln County. This is in Georgia. According to police, she rented 2 boats for a birthday celebration on the lake. She did not know that Kirk didn't know how to swim, allegedly pushing him into the lake, prompting the other person, Wilson, Ian, to jump into the water to try and save him. However, both disappeared in the water, and their bodies were discovered a week later. They said that Lakeisha Johnson, who's Kirk's sister, said, "We had to relive this whole devastating incident all over again." In 2021, an arrest warrant claimed Kirkland did unlawfully endanger the bodily safety of Edward Lee Kirk Jr. by consciously disregarding a substantial and unjustifiable risk that her act of shoving him off a boat into deep, cold water on the lake without knowing whether or not he could swim would endanger the safety of him, and the disregard constituted a gross deviation from the standard care which a reasonable person would exercise in the situation. She's supposedly known him since she was 14. She apologized to the court for the incident while maintaining that she did not mean any harm. However, she affirmed that she is taking accountability for her actions, and she's going to get 1 year in jail and 9 years of probation. So they just had her sentencing this week.
Oh, that's sad.
It is sad, but at the same time, most times when people go to try and push people off or push people into water, unless they're caught off guard, they're usually telling you stop,
Right.
Don't play with me like that. Usually, if people could swim. I mean, if this is a birthday party type thing and you guys are just out there hanging out, I mean, how could you know? If you know him since 14 years old, you didn't know he didn't know how to swim?
That's what I'm saying. She knew.
No.
And is a year in
Right.
prison too short of a time?
Well, I think it was an accident, so I think the years suffice.
2 people died.
Yeah, I understand, but
No.
Barbi said, I understand. that.
You guys start no. Hear me out. Hear me out. This
I'm
is
kind of on the
this-
fence because I
this-
can't swim either. So I would want somebody. If you make me drown, I want you to go to jail for a long time too. But at the same time, he's playing.
All right, listen.
I need to know how it happened. How
Right,
did
you
this
You know how it
happen?
Need more
happened.
details.
You know why? The details are in the story. A lot of neighbors went out to a lake. Hell, no, nobody can't swim. She played herself by renting 2 boats. Read between the lines. Here we go. This is a criminal act. You lucky I'm not the judge. What's her name? What? Give me the
That
ending.
was his sister. Her name is Shawn Tover.
Shawn Tover.
What?
Sean Tober. Sean Tober.
Kirkland.
So you know that Sean Tober.
okay.
No, hear me out. You know that Sean Tober is already a narcissistic name
Sean
because,
Tober.
like Senny said the other day, it's a combination of father, dad, mother, last name, and all that combined into one. Sean Tober. Now,
It's Georgia child. I don't know.
now.
Well,
Then let's throw in the brown liquor. Because brown liquor's involved. And we know that. This is just facts. You committed a crime. Why would you push somebody into a lake? It's premeditated. You just don't push people into a lake. You thought it was cute for a moment. Let me push John. In a lake that's not a controlled environment, and it doesn't matter if you know people could swim or not. You are not supposed. What if I had a cell phone on with no insurance, like me?
Worried about the cell phone.
I got no insurance on my cell phone.
well, get some insurance.
No, I saved already. I saved about $70. My whole thing is this. This is a criminal act. I would have gave you 10 years in jail. 2 people died. The man, his beloved brother, jumped in the water. He probably didn't even know how to swim. It was just some instinctive reaction to his brother drowning, miss, for the act that you committed. This is, Barbi, I respect the way you feel about it on the fence. I am not on the fence with this. This is 10 years in jail. This is not... This is, what was it, second, third degree? What kind of manslaughter, right? I would have bumped that up to second degree. I would have bumped that thing up to second degree murder. You killed 2 people.
No, I don't play with water either.
You killed 2 people on a lake that all the neighbors love to go to in the summertime in Georgia.
Not the
They make the
neighbors.
commute up to Atlanta to go to this big-ass lake. People could barely swim in a controlled environment like a pool.
Let me see. What
You're gonna throw 2 neighbors into a lake?
Well, she threw one.
She
The other
threw
one
one.
just, he
Well, the other
voluntarily
one
jumped in
didn't.
to
Well,
save his
basically,
brother.
she threw 2. She didn't physically. She didn't throw the other one in. Metaphorically, she did. But let me tell you something. This is a crime. What do you mean you feel bad? You should be in jail. Of course you feel bad, and you should be in jail for 5 years.
Oh, shoot, just 5 now? You give a little.
10 years. No, 10 years. I don't like this. And 10 years of and 9 years of probation, you should be discarded out the family for committing this reckless crime. What if somebody pushed you? Do you know how to? What's her name again?
Sean Tover.
Sean Tover. Do you know how to swim?
That's a name. That's a name.
That's the name. Sean Tover. Sean Tover.
Honey.
Sean Tover, I'm talking to you. Do you know how to swim? Because if you know how to swim, then it's even worse. Because that's the question I would ask. Do you know how to swim? And if you'd have said yes, I'm throwing another 5 years on there. Because you know if people don't know how to swim, it's a terrible challenge for them to regain their composure in a lake, let alone a pool. 1 year in jail. It's a
And then
travesty.
She didn't even jump in. You didn't even go in there. Try and find your friend.
Right. Why didn't you jump in? I guess, maybe, because you
Maybe
can't
you
swim.
swim either.
Why everybody want to do this water stuff and don't nobody know how to swim?
Because
I
neighbors,
understand
us
that.
neighbors, we like, that's why I keep saying, y'all go on these trips. We're supposed to go away next month. Senny went away with us the year before. Everybody rock climbing and everybody jet skiing. And you don't do that when you're home.
That's why you
You
doing
never
this,
do it when you're home. So why you going to start doing it now?
'Cause it's fun.
And then you go thousands and thousands of miles away, and then you separate your shoulder. And I keep telling
of
people,
that
stop
happened.
doing these things.
But
Then
sure,
you're paying
it's fun.
$300 to ride a horse. Your big ass shouldn't even be on it. The
Not
horse
big
is like, what
ass.
you doing? And then you fall off of it. Your shoulders separated. They want $4,000 when you go to the hospital. And don't think that your insurance is going to cover all of that from the trip. They're only going to give you $2,500.
That's the shot. You didn't even get the insurance, probably.
I did get the insurance and
they
stayed
cover a
on.
lot.
I did. You only gonna get 5 stacks. Listen to me. Stay your ass when you go abroad or wherever you go. Do something light. Barbi Cologne, she lost her mind and then she regained it. They was gonna sit there and what's that thing? The zip lining, and she was zip lining off a porch that was 1,000 feet above sea level, and she was like, you know what? I can't do this.
I can't do it.
Because she came to her senses. Because you know why? How many times do Barbi Cologne zip line off a porch 1,000 feet in the air? 0. And this is the problem. So now you go on a lake and you push this guy in the pool, in the lake. How many times do y'all rent? Y'all rented a boat. What that tell you? Because if you was about that life, you would have a boat.
Sure.
How much cost to rent a boat? And you was turned up, and the boat and all the trap music was playing.
They probably had a whole lot.
And you was drinking, and you put, what's his name? Who's the guy? What's the first guy's name?
His name is Kirk.
Kirk. Then you push Kirk,
Yeah.
and his lungs filled up with water.
Poor Kirk.
And then his brother jumped in. Probably didn't even know how to swim. Just jumped in. I was just trying to save his brother, and he went down. 10 years.
Yeah, I don't play with no water either.
So if you're on the fence with that, God bless you. This is a criminal act that should be dealt with severely.
Yeah,
You don't push nobody in no pool.
Yeah.
You jump in the lake. Literally jump in the lake. You jump in the lake. That would be my crime too. You would have to jump in the lake 100 times a day.
Sean.
Go ahead. It's a terrible story. It's a sad story.
Well,
Two
yeah, I
people
think
lost
that's
their lives
sad.
for no reason at all.
Yeah, I think
Because you're so you covert narcissistic.
But I also think, it goes to show that I think people, should still think about water safety, taking lessons, even though sometimes when people get pushed, though, you get disoriented.
Of course.
It's even like, some people, when people are driving and they like do something with the wheel or distract you, and then, you have to overcompensate for,
Right.
you know what you're doing, but when you have an unforeseen thing happen to you, it can still make it
Exactly.
difficult.
And with swimming, like anything else, it's a muscle memory. If you know how to swim, like some of us, God bless, somebody pushed me in the pool, my muscle memory will kick in where I know I can make my adjustments and get out the water. But when you don't know how to swim, you don't have that muscle memory and you panic. And shame on you, young lady. Boy, those dudes went down.
Right. Speaking.
I ain't saving your ass.
Sean.
Well,
And I know how to swim.
Sean, you ain't gonna save your brother if he get pushed in the pool?
Nope, it's done.
Oh,
Because this is what happens, and this is what probably happened. I'm sorry to say this. Even if the brother knew how to swim, and Senny can confirm this with me, and if Senny, if I'm wrong, please correct me.
I know what you're about to say.
If another person jump in to save the person grabs the other person and pulls them down, on some kind of death grip.
Yeah, they usually panic.
And now you're done. You're both done. Now you're floating.
Right.
MIA. Guys.
Well, actually, keeping on swimming.
It took a week to find these neighbors.
Yeah. Because lake water, it's
Lake
usually
water,
like
yeah.
murky. You can't see.
That's what I'm saying. It's murky. They up they up north in Tennessee
They're in Georgia.
Georgia, Sean.
but the Mississippi it runs north.
You see?
Mississippi runs north.
This is why.
That's why the man
And that's another.
with the two crutches
Right.
coming for you.
But
with
Barbi, that's another thing. You give her a year, but also she needs to pay restitution for the state authorities for finding the two brothers. That's resources.
I take it back. She needs more.
That's
than a year.
resources.
Yeah, I reconsidered my original thoughts.
I'm weak. Not
She,
Sean.
she needs a few more years than one. Yes.
Yeah, I'm surprised at 1 year, but I don't know. I guess that's really hard.
The family's
Whoa,
probably stepped up for her.
Yeah,
It's
because
like,
if
well,
it was,
it was
truly an accident, like
right,
I
right.
mean, I
It
guess.
wasn't an
I
accident.
mean, it wasn't an accident.
It was
I guess
reckless
it was
behavior.
It was reckless
That's
behavior.
criminal. It's not an accident.
But
they had to.
But that's like her best friend. Like that emotional pain.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's
What?
very sorry.
And sometimes the best friends want to.
I don't think she was trying to be malicious.
I don't know. Haters are close.
Did they have a picture of her?
We want people
Of course, they had a picture of her.
We want We want people to do time because crimes usually have malicious intent.
Right.
That's why. I don't think but it
That's
definitely.
a crime.
But it definitely was
Yeah,
reckless
but she
as
wasn't
hell.
malicious.
That's a
Sean. It wasn't like on
crime.
purpose.
It
She
was.
didn't say, "Oh, I'm gonna kill him."
It
Yeah.
was
I'ma
a
drive, I'ma
crime
make sure he drive-
because
She
she
didn't
knew
say
in
It
her
was
right mind
it
it
was
was
reckless.
wrong. It was wrong to push somebody anywhere. Barbie, do you think we walk down the street and start pushing people? Because if we do, it's wrong. Let me see the neighbor. Let me see the neighbor. Look, the neighbor got. Look, let me see the
Y'all
neighbor.
stop.
It's the
She
hair for
said
me.
she
Look
looked like a neighbor.
It's the hair for me.
Look at her. Look at the neighbor.
She looked like a neighbor.
Got her lashes on and all.
Everything. And if you notice in the picture, there's no really sign of remorse.
She got the blonde
She
braids.
looks like
no
she's stunned.
hairline.
I don't
Come
know.
on.
Them edges is gone, baby. She look like a neighbor.
She's a neighbor, man. I'm telling you, this is the story. I'm telling you what happened. And you got it.
I'm trying to tell you what
I'm
happened.
telling you what happened. As soon as we I knew it.
Okay.
And then she turned up and rented 2 boats?
2 boats.
Damn.
They never had a coin. Okay.
Okay, some people are still getting COVID.
That's right.
money,
That's
man.
right.
No, let me
They
stop.
should put permanent scuba gear on this bitch.
They can walk around with the flippers on.
Flippers on for a year, for 1 year.
There's like a huge ass fly in here. Do you see it?
I know, I
it
get
looks
it.
like a damn
I
bee
know,
or
I get it. I cleaned
I
up.
don't think that is. That's
fly,
like yeah.
fly.
that
You'll be
is.
fine. I carpet. I cleaned the carpet this morning. I'm gonna wipe down this afternoon. Pause.
hate flies.
Go ahead. Let me close the door.
Okay. A U.S. swimmer sank to the bottom of the pool, and her coach had to jump in and save her. U.S. artistic swimmer Anita Alvarez was finishing her routine in the solo free final at the World Aquatics Championships Wednesday when the two-time Olympian suddenly sank to the bottom of the pool unconscious. The Team USA coach Andrea Fuentes immediately took action, diving into the water. Fuentes, who won Olympic and world medals herself for her country, Spain, sprinted to Alvarez, hugged her from behind, and kicked off the pool floor, sending them toward the surface. She said, "I saw that the lifeguards were not jumping into the water because they were stunned. I was shouting at them from the other side to get into the water now. I saw them looking dumbfounded, so I just jumped into the water straight towards her. I saw how she was sinking, and I swam as fast as I could. I did the fastest free dive of my life, probably faster than when I was actually preparing for the Olympics. They were helped in from the side of the pool, and the scary situation and dramatic rescue prompted an outpouring of concern and admiration for the coach's quick thinking. Fuentes extended her thanks on Thursday, saying in a post that Anita, the swimmer, is feeling much better with normal vital signs and oxygen and sugar levels. What Alvarez experienced is similar to what athletes in other high-endurance sports sometimes go through. Our sport is no different than others, said Fuentes. Just in a pool, we push through limits and sometimes we find them. Alvarez actually had competed in 7 events prior to this swimming event, 4 preliminary swims and 3 finals across 6 days. She's also up to compete in this week's free team final. But USA Artistic Swimming says the question of whether she'll swim in that event will be determined by herself and an expert medical staff. This is actually not the first time that she has fainted in the pool before. It actually happened last summer at the Olympic qualifiers in Barcelona, and it was her coach again who saved her. She was completing a grueling workload, and she later said she was affected by a lack of rest and conditions at the pool. She said, "I honestly thought I was asleep. I started hearing people telling me, it's okay, it's going to be okay. And I was thinking to myself, I know I'm trying to sleep." And then she realized that she was in the pool. So she's back, and, we'll see if she's going to swim. But I think I would be like, okay, girl.
She need a rest. She need a break.
Yeah, I think
she's overworking herself.
I think her coach should know when maybe too much is enough for her.
Right.
Because I mean, the coach is obviously the one saving this girl. So,
well, thank God the coach is paying attention because the lifeguard surely was like they was too stunned to speak.
I was really surprised about that. That can happen also too. You know.
They should have had the lifeguard on the boat over there with the neighbors.
Right.
The Olympic trainers should have been out there in Lake Neighborland with the other two that drowned.
They should really make it mandatory. Like if you do rent a boat, of course you need to have your.
Why didn't they have life jackets on the leash?
You have a licensed lifeguard on the boat.
They have
people don't make it mandatory.
But people don't wear them.
Especially if I was Barbie Cologne, if I was on the lake, I'm wearing I know how to swim. I'm wearing a life vest.
Lord knows I can't swim.
And I know how to swim. Okay. I'm still wearing a life vest. Now back to this woman.
And these are people that are trained to swim and are trained to be there for you.
Right. What was the young lady that pushed in the pool?
Shawn Tova.
If it was lady, if you was the one, the Olympic swimmer, if Shawn Tova was there, you wasn't making it out there. You was dead twice. Because you fainted twice. You shouldn't swim. Miss, God bless you. I know you love swimming. Knock off the swimming. You're done. like you are a risk to everybody else. Even the lifeguards were like, what's wrong with her? Like, they didn't even go in the water. The coach had to save you for the second time.
They usually say that with Olympics. There was a story that I had read, I think it was sometime last year when they were talking about the Olympics, and people were talking about how the lifeguards don't really do anything. Because it was a tweet. Because people were like, why is there lifeguards at Olympic swimming events? Right. It kind of seems like a waste of time, right? And the lifeguards came out talking about, well, we're there, just in case. We're trained. We're ready. They came out on some defensive-ish.
Well,
like the Lifeguards Association of America or whatever.
You had 2 opportunities
and
Senny,
and now look what happened.
But Senny, wait a minute. You used to be a lifeguard. Did you feel appreciated when you was a lifeguard and nobody paid you no mind?
No, they don't really pay them.
Did you ever go into action?
Yes, I did.
Tell us your story real quick.
Tell us.
You guys have heard this story.
I know, but tell it again. We got new listeners. Tell us for the 14th time.
This one was kind of not as dramatic. I didn't really have to do any swimming, but it was early. It was only 3 of them in the pool. It was a mom and it was 2 kids. And where the pool that we had, it was an indoor pool, so it was like, the 0 entry, like where you can walk into the water. Yeah. And then it had like this mushroom thing with like the water coming down. So the mom was preoccupied with a baby. She was like changing the diaper or whatever. And then like the toddler, I don't know, it was probably like 2 or 3 years old, was walking into the water. And, I was looking. They were the only ones in the pool. So she went. I think the kid went and was playing in the water, but just the top half bent over. So he fell into the water face first. Like he was still standing, but the top half was in the water. And he couldn't get back up. He couldn't stand back up. So I was looking at him. And then when I seen what was going on, I ran over there. It was, a little run. And a little run. And I just, picked him up, and she was like, "Oh my God, thank you," because she wasn't really paying attention.
All right, let's clap for Senny.
It happened in a second.
Save the baby.
Thank you.
You saved the baby, Senny.
You just have to be aware. He could have drowned. Seriously, just
exactly. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Did they give you a medal or anything? Award?
No.
Nothing.
No, it was one of those things.
What they give you when you save money?
Because I was the only one there. I opened up the pool.
Oh, God.
Nobody
saw it but me. The mom was really thankful, but it was like one of those, like, when I see my supervisor, I was like, I kind of saved somebody today. And
did you have to fill out like a drowning report? Like
I did. I did have to fill out an incident report, just quick to just say what happened. But
and what did they give you?
Nothing. He was like, "Good job."
That's it.
Pat in the back. Good job.
Right.
It's my job, Shawn. I didn't need it for recognition.
All right, what's next?
It's good to be recognized though when you do something great.
And that's the only saving story you have?
Yeah.
All right, continue on. I wish you was on the boat on the lake. Would you say there's 2 guys on the lake? Would you jump in the water? Nope. Got next.
No, I would. I would try and jump in. I guess if I can see them.
Senny, would you jump in the lake?
If you are gonna jump in for somebody, I think I would because I'm like instinctual like that. I do like stupid stuff all the
Barbi,
time.
if you knew how to swim, would you jump in and say to do?
Yes.
Okay. Senny,
I would
would
have
you?
You gotta go from behind. That's the best
yeah.
way to go. Or if you can give them something, if you can jump in with like a life jacket
Something to
or
help 'em.
jump in with something that's floating, because it's helpful. Because even when they train us, you know, when you're lifeguarding, you want to give them that. That's why they always jump in with those. I forget the name of it. It's like a buoy.
Yeah.
They jump in with that because, you know, when you're panicking, you just hold on to that, calm yourself down, and it'll help you bring it in. Because also depending on, let's say, how deep they are or how far away they are from you, you're already exerting a lot of energy just getting to them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yes, yes.
And then you
Right.
gotta, you know, use more energy to calm them down
Yes.
possibly, and then, you know, get you guys both back to a safe area, which is more swimming, and then you have more, you know, weight with you. So it's a lot. And then also, you know, if these people were pushed in with shoes on or clothes,
It's heavy.
yeah, it also adds to, you know, your abilities.
They should have
So-
threw all the Hennessy bottles out there.
Sean.
They float.
That has
Okay, what else
nothing
is
to do
next?
with it.
Princess said, "You dead right, Senny. Going from behind is the best way to go."
That's right.
See, y'all always got to
Exactly.
take it there.
Just
Can't
get your
tell.
mind out the gutter.
No.
Early.
Princess, keep your mind in the gutter. Go ahead. Senny.
Can't take y'all nowhere. That's the
Nowhere.
problem.
Neighbors. Typical neighbor.
Yes. My next story. This man on a plane, Shawn. Actually, if you guys know, do you guys ever use? Well, these people don't. But there's an airdrop feature, and people were having, you know, if you have your. Oh yeah, well Barbie, yeah, you know.
Yeah,
If you
I
have
know.
your if you have your airdrop feature on, if people are around you and are trying to send you are sending messages, they could purposefully send it to you or not. I remember there was this thing going on in New York City where people were, you know, on the subways were getting airdropped like lewd pictures and everything like that. Well, this man on a plane was airdropping photos of his penis to flight passengers. A man named Lawrence, going by Larry Martin, was called out on a flight for reportedly airdropping a photo to the entire plane, and the incident was filmed and shared. A flight attendant asked him why he sent the photo of his penis to other passengers on the plane. The man replied, "I was just having a little fun." It's sexual harassment, the person recording him tells him, when the flight attendant agrees with it. To make matters worse, the flight attendant confirms there were indeed children on the plane as well who had devices such as tablets and phones that may have received the obscene images. There was a TikTok that had gone viral, and basically the person that was recording was saying when they landed, a few people on the plane saw him meet with an FBI agent who informed them that Larry was arrested and will be spending the weekend in jail. The person who was recording had said that they were looking on their phone when all of a sudden they said that they received a message incoming from somebody. So they clicked on the messages, and when they seen who it was, when they actually saw the person coming out of the bathroom, that's when they alerted the flight attendant that, you know, this person was sending messages out on the plane to everybody. So it looks like he's probably going to be brought up on charges.
As he should. Keep your penis to yourself, sir. Between you and your partner. That's it.
I don't know why all these people are acting up on planes. People are
Right.
just trying to get from, you know, people are drinking, they're cursing, they're starting fights. I don't know. Do you think this is like a trending thing, or do you think that this was just a one-off thing that just some sick person decided to do?
And knowing my silly stuff, I would be like, ew, whose little penis is this? Real loud. Just
Well,
embarrassed
I'm
as
sure
hell.
it's kind of funny because everybody's looking around wondering. I mean, if I was on a plane and got airdropped a penis pic, I don't know if I would think that it was somebody on the plane.
Yeah.
So this person that was doing the TikTok obviously did some deep diving to try and find out who this person was.
Yeah.
First of all, the guy said he was having a little fun.
Little is the word. The key word. Little.
And back to the drowning thing. If there was someone that was, I'm not jumping in that water. Nah, it's done for you. It's over.
Sure,
It's time for you to go. You're out. I'm going. Whatever messages you want me to send to somebody, let me know. and but I'm not jumping in the water because no, you're gonna drown me, and that's gonna be it. You are. Cindy's right. If I don't have anything to give you so you can hold on to, I'm sorry, man.
I mean, I would
You
try
gotta
to
go.
assist, but if I see them getting too ruly, I'll just swim my little stuff right on back.
No,
like,
but
dude,
no,
girl,
Barbie. As
come
soon as they grab you, it's a wrap. It's not. This,
You
you're
don't know
not.
what
They
they
go.
like
Yeah,
that.
you going down. And Cindy's right. If you don't have anything to toss to them,
I
sorry.
was almost drowned,
It's
but I didn't panic.
It's
And
time
the
to.
lifeguard came and got me out the damn water.
Yeah, I know that. I know. Out of 3 feet of water, right? It was
No,
wrap.
it was 12 feet. I had that's why I was so scared of water for a long time. I was about 14 and went to the community pool.
Right.
And one of the boys pushed me in the deep end, 12 feet of damn water.
Right, you was done.
And they knew I couldn't swim because I made it perfectly clear.
Right.
So the lifeguard had to come in and save me. Yeah.
And when you hit that water, what was you thinking?
I said this. Like,
When you was submerged in the water, what was your next thought?
I was like, I'm gonna die.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm gonna
Damn.
die.
All right.
That's it. 'Cause I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get out.
All right. So, well, I'm glad you got out.
Yeah, for the lifeguard.
And all these airdrops and all these TikToks and all these social medias and all this other stuff. This is a casualty of war. This is what
It's to be expected.
it's what it's gonna be. You're gonna get airdropped and messages. It's gonna happen. Okay, okay. It has happened to be a penis pic, or it could be roses. It could be anything. This is the society that we live in today. So everybody knock it off. I wouldn't even feel offended about it. I mean, it's just what it is. Or just turn off your phone. Yeah, you don't have a right. You have the right to keep your phone on. You have the right to have your information. But at the same time, there's information going on back and forth where people can drop video and content onto your phone. That's it. I'm sorry.
Check your features.
Yeah, check your features, whatever you want to do. I don't know. You got a phone. You sign for it, and that's it. And you're gonna get this heavy traffic. What
Not
else?
heavy traffic. I'm saying.
So was it before or after? Because normally the phones is on do not disturb when it's in the air, right, on airplane mode.
I think they had
They
landed.
probably, I'm about to say, they must
Yeah.
be either before they took off or. Okay.
Yeah, I think they had landed.
Before they landed, whenever it was.
For instance, it was 12 feet. If it was just 3 feet, I would have just stood up. I know that.
No, you
Don't
wouldn't.
be getting smart.
You'd have 4 feet.
I
You'd have been
get in the
bugging.
water. Even with Ben, I was getting in the water.
And-
I would get up to like my neck, and that's it.
It doesn't matter the amount of water. You can drown in the shower.
Exactly.
Even
just
if you
be
was, because if you
careful.
was caught off
Exactly.
guard, and you swallow a little water the wrong
Swallow,
way,
whoa. Swallow
your
the
lung.
water.
Sure, mind your business.
Be careful.
See, the
Drowning
thing
is
is,
the
we
act of
keep
water filling
forgetting.
the lungs.
Yeah, we keep forgetting that because we panic. I know, because the brain, like I said, is muscle memory.
Yeah.
The brain immediately goes into like red alert. If we could just calm ourselves down, we will actually. You could just float. We doing all of that,
Panicking,
and then we just
yeah.
drowning. If you just chill for a moment and stop, you will literally float on your back. You will, but yeah. Even when the guy got pushed in the lake, if he would have just took a moment and held his breath for a moment, he would have went to the top of the water, and he would have just floated there until the neighbors came and got him. But that's not gonna happen. But what else, Senny?
This is causing controversy online and different things like that, just because of why he's getting canceled. Caesar Emmanuel, the owner, I guess of Black Ink, but his show, VH1 is cutting ties with him, following a viral video that has been leaked with him abusing a dog, apparently his dog. VH1 has just announced they're ending its long-standing relationship with Caesar Emmanuel less than 24 hours after the shocking video was released. VH1 also made it clear that although the network is done with Caesar, the upcoming season has already finished production. There you go to Miss Coyne. They said, we have made the decision to cut ties with Caesar Emmanuel from Black Ink Crew New York. Since next season was close to finishing production, this decision will not impact the upcoming season. Caesar, this article that I has does not have that he responded, but he did come out with an apology, but it was very aggressive, I felt like. So, damn his apology. Donna Lombardi is actually the one that leaked the videos, and she didn't hold back and unleashed a lengthy message about Caesar's past and present behavior. She said, if you can treat a dog like this, it shows how sick of a person you truly are. I don't even get into the life of this man, but this video made me so upset. Anyone who knows me knows I love animals, especially dogs. Even after he beat his daughter up, VH1, Viacom, and the new Black Ink Crew producers tried to protect Caesar, even made up fake conflicting storylines about my relationship to Do It. Now this cannot be undone. I pray that people see you as the monster you are. Your karma has been adding up for years, but to do this to two innocent dogs, this is crazy. Charges need to be pressed and cancellations need to be made. Right now, there is no charges that have been filed against Caesar. I think this was a few years ago, and I remember actually reporting on this where Caesar, his daughter had come out. His daughter was 17, and she was talking about how he beat her naked when she was like coming out of the shower or something like that, and he was like beating her, and people were talking about, oh, he's just disciplining her, or, you know, that's his kid, blah, blah, blah. It kind of was like grazed over. But now people is like, oh, now you want to cut ties because he's beating dogs, and, you know, the whole, you know, animals are more important than people, and, you know, VH1 and all this stuff. But I mean, I think it also, and Caesar has had another thing. Like, he beat up somebody, like, in one of his shows, or like something happened. Like, he's a violent person. So he needs to get help for that, clearly.
Well, you know.
And the video is pretty sick. I couldn't even watch all of it. It was like a 2-minute video.
I want to see it.
He should have been canceled when he was beating his daughter out of a shower. What is she? The hell?
Well, here we go. Caesar, I guess you're completely. Senny, get the Ray J thing up for me if you don't mind. Caesar, you're narcissistic. You're out of control, sir. And you're right. They'll let you on the show beating your daughter, but when they come down to them dogs,
Right.
them Babylonians are not taking that. You could beat your daughter to the cows come home, like I used to say back in the day. And beatings, that was back in the 70s. I caught plenty of them. You can't beat the kids no more these days. I mean, you can, but then there's gonna be criminal charges the kid can file against you back. When I was growing up as a baby, a boy, I couldn't file criminal charges against my parents. Today, the child can. They shouldn't even play the upcoming season, even though I know they put all this money into it.
Right.
They shouldn't even play that. I mean, comparison to, you know, I mean, with him beating his daughter and then beating dogs and beating everybody else, they shouldn't even do it. But I understand that it's already out there. But I would seriously think about just like how you did to Bill Cosby and all the rest of them. Remember when Bill Cosby, when all that was going down, you wiped them right off the planet.
Right off.
You didn't care about none of the commercials, none of the statues. You got rid of all that. So do the same thing to him.
Right. I agree.
VH1, you have enough money. Take that L. So what you gonna do? You gonna promote a show where the lead character is beating his daughter and the dogs? And Senny just said it's so graphic, can't even watch it? And you still gonna air it? So VH1, you have a level of responsibility as well with this. If you're gonna cancel, is it Black Ink? What? Which one is it?
Black Ink Crew, New York.
Black Ink Crew. Cancel the whole thing. Cancel it all. Cancel all these shows, because you can't say he's not in a show no more, but we do have an upcoming season. It's a mixed message. It's really, if you're about that life, VH1, cancel all of it. Take the old reruns, take it all up. You're a $1 billion company. You ain't gonna lose no money. And Caesar, go away, bro. You are out of control, man. You gotta take it easy, man. I'm telling you, you're gonna have a dog activist gonna come and check you, and it's gonna be a small little 5'1" Babylonian guy that's gonna lose his mind, and you can't be beating on these dogs. And actually, there's laws to protect animals.
Better than humans.
So you fail to realize that, and now you're off the air. Well, you know you're not off the air. You got fired. What else?
Oh yeah, this video was horrible.
Let me see. What kind of dog? You got to think about the dog.
I think it looked like a pit bull, maybe.
And it's that Hennessy again.
I'm not even sure because the video is not that great, but it's still.
Well, I don't see nothing. Oh yeah, I see.
It sucks.
Yeah, it was just.
Why you beating your
And,
dog with
and it's
chair?
a little dog too. Like at least go up
Yeah,
with
well-
a dog that can do something to you.
Yeah, sometimes you
That was a-
gotta beat these dogs too. Sometimes.
No, he beat it not with a chair.
Yeah, well,
He decided to beat him with a damn chair.
the animals.
Over the weekend we had another versus challenge. It was supposed to be between Omarion and Mario, and of course, you know they had some friends
Whole lot of
that
friends.
they had.
A mess.
Right with the story.
It went down on the 23rd. Ray J, however, stole the show for all the wrong reasons. The hits contest between R&B stars took place from Los Angeles. The main event featured a pre-show battle between Ray J and Bobby Valentino versus Pleasure P and Sammy. Pleasure P is from the group, is it Pretty Ricky, right?
Yeah.
Things went a little left when Ray J performed his 2005 hit of One Wish. In a video of the show, Ray is seen struggling to belt out the notes of the R&B ballad while he's actually holding his son. Seeing their friend in peril, the other three singers attempted to help out by adding some 3-part harmony as background vocals. When the song was finally over, Ray J offered a justification for being off key. He said, "Hey, I missed a few notes on that, but I was holding my son." He said, "Y'all gotta excuse me for that," because he was holding his kid on stage.
What I got to do with your lungs? You just can't sing.
Here's the problem.
Shawn, do you have a clip of that?
Yeah, I do.
The church. You're struggling to play over there.
This is Sammy and them singing it for him.
Oh. I have one of him singing. Oh, you
Can you hear that?
not really. It wasn't as loud as the other one.
Okay. What about now?
Right? No. He should have stopped after the first "Till My Baby's Born."
No,
'Cause
he
the rest
should
of it was
have. He
horrible.
should have never showed up.
Right, because that was a mess. That
Did y'all
whole
hear
versus was a
Jeremiah?
mess.
Oh, he was horrible. Let me get you.
The
Got to get that
entire
Jeremiah
versus
from.
was a mess.
But I mean, people felt bad for Jeremiah because he did have COVID. He was like in the hospital fighting for his life with like a trach and all of that.
Well,
No, so he shouldn't have been
waited
there.
He was
Shouldn't have been there.
100%
But
together.
him getting on the mic, I don't even know why Omarion did that to him.
Yeah, that was crazy. Well, wait. First of all, before you can find that clip, it was a big joke, and I tell you one thing, I'm a fan of verses like the rest of you guys. Who's this? The Pleasure P and the Sammy guy. Those two guys.
Yeah.
They at least they came to sing a little bit.
Sammy was good.
Right, they a little bit. The Bobby V sounded horrible too. He had on this funny looking jacket.
None of them can sing live.
Yo, it's and Ray J, you are the worst, and I'll tell you why before you find that clip.
But Brandy came in his comments talking about, bro, you know, you didn't drink your tea that I made for you before you went on. You weren't giving yourself vocal rest. Dad told me so. He can't sing, Brandy. Ain't no amount of tea or not
sing.
speaking was gonna help that situation.
Nope,
let's keep it all the way real.
I totally disagree. And
Boy
I,
can't
What?
sing.
You
He never
think he-
could, Shawn.
Have you ever heard Ray J live sing without studio mixing?
I can hear me out, and God bless both of you.
Oh, please.
He can sing, and I'll tell you why.
In the shower.
He could probably hold a
He
note.
got a free.
He can hold the note, but can he sing?
First of all, right? He got a hit song. That doesn't exclude him from not be able to sing.
Anybody can hit some
Right.
auto-tunes.
But the
in
problem is this. Here's the problem. Even if he's a weak singer, like
Very
anything
weak.
or anything else in life, what he did wrong is he stopped singing because he's doing too many other things. You have to be great at one thing and then everything else falls into place. You can't be a jack of all trades and master of none. Because all these guys are so busy on social media and they talking and the films and the laugh and the stories and they forget the one thing that got them there. So now you don't practice no more. And you think that you could pick up a microphone and start ripping the stage. Ray J lost the moment he got when he put his clothes on in the morning. He knew that he couldn't sing. He should have all of them should have backed out of this. They made it an embarrassment, which now, Senny J, it needs to be.
Except Mario. Mario sounded
yeah,
really
except
good.
for Mario.
Mario was
Because
killing
He can
it.
actually sing.
Yeah, but not only that, Mario might be a performer. I'm just guessing this. He still sings.
He does.
He still works.
Yeah.
He does it for the love, and with the love, he gets paid for it. So you can tell when the stage, listen, I'm a performer. The stage will humble you. It will tell you what you've been doing, what you're not doing. And that's what happened with all these other dummies. They don't perform no more because they got too much other things going on. Ray J selling all kinds of stuff. There's a lot going on with these guys, and they can't sing no more. If they knew that they was doing this, they should have stopped everything they was doing because you're on the world stage.
But Shawn, even if you have not sang in a long time, if you can truly sing, if that's a true gift from God, no matter how long you have not sung, you're still going to be able to get up there and do something way better than what they did.
Exactly. That's my point I'm making. Even if he can't sing, even if he can't sing and he knew that he was doing his verses, like say he knew 3 months ago, they knew months before they did this. He should have shut it down. That's what I'm trying to say. He should have shut everything down because you're on the world stage and every day practice. Go to the sound. You can afford it. Right. You can't afford to stop. Ray J can afford to stop everything that he's doing and practice and shine. I'm going to tell you another verses that I loved. And before you get the song, Senny, Bone Thugs Harmony went against 3-6 Mafia. Bone Thugs Harmony, they would sound real raggedy. 3-6 Mafia, they was on point. Because they're always working. Yeah. And that's the point here that I'm trying to make. Ray J is he isn't the best singer. But if he would have focused on the task at hand, and what are you picking up your son for? And why are you blaming your kid? Right. You was horrible. You panicked. You bombed. You was the worst. Go away or go back in the studio or wherever you go and sing. God, play this guy. Play the other guy. The other guy was horrible.
I think maybe
and these people, you just lost stock. And Barbi Cologne, this is something that Timberland and Swiss Beats need to take a look at.
Definitely.
They need to say, yo, wait a minute, man. We doing favors now.
For real.
And get these get acts that we love that are still working. That are still, you know who the best performer for me in all the verses of all time? Big Daddy Kane. And I'll tell you why. He's not the best performer. Big Daddy Kane. And KRS-One, he's born in Brooklyn, but he reps the Bronx. Big Daddy Kane lit his ass up on stage. And I'll tell you why. Because Big Daddy Kane is a constant professional that keeps working. Not only does he work all the time, he had the nerve enough to do a new rhyme off a trap beat.
Come on, Big Daddy Kane.
Come on, Big Daddy Kane. He came out there with that pink shirt on with the red trim and the hat and all that. He came out there to slay because he's working. You think Ray J and all these other idiots have that type of work ethic?
I think that was.
You guys are the worst, man. You're now your 30s and heading on to your 40s, looking crazy in these streets, and you know that social media is unforgiving. Senny J, that's enough motivation alone to try to perform your best. Yeah. Now, Ray J, I love your sense of humor about it because you're making fun of this on social media, but trust me, we're looking at you real different. Go ahead, Senny.
No, I'm looking at him the same. He's crazy as hell. I don't even know why he was up there.
Exactly. They could have threw up the Temptations.
Right.
You think... I've seen New Edition 14,000 times. You see the same song, the same act, the same thing.
Still got it.
But they still got it.
Right.
Because they keep practicing and they keep working. Mm-hmm. See, because a lot of entertainers and people, they get lost in social media. Mm-hmm. You could be great on social media, but a horrible entertainer.
Yeah.
But you can't be both. Which one is it going to be? Okay, your likes and your millions of followers, all this, but you're a horrible entertainer. And that's what you're going to be known as. And Brandy, knock it off. You knew he can't sing. You know he can't sing.
Right, your brother can't sing.
Knock it off. Your brother can't sing part of the T and Dad said this. Shut
got
up.
all the talent, girl.
Shut up.
Because your brother just need to have several seats.
You should have got up there and sung for it was horrible. Let's applaud Mario.
Right, because Mario, that baby still got
He
it.
got up there, his body was all oiled up and everything, his throat was red, everything pause was working, and he got out there and he bust ass.
He drank his tea.
Right. Thank you, Barbi. Great punchline. Right. What's this song again? What's your everybody in the chat room, what's your thoughts on Ray J? Okay, his numbers went up. His numbers went up, but it went up for all the wrong reasons.
He had, his little catchy songs.
And then Sammy and the Pleasure guy and the other guy, they started singing your song, bro. That is so disrespectful, man.
So good.
And they sounded 10 times better than you.
That's crazy.
Yo, you was getting punked on that stage. Only thing was missing was Will Smith smacking you.
That would have been great.
That was the only thing that was missing from that night.
Brandy should have got up there and slapped your ass, acting like that.
That's a justifiable smack.
She should have called
Or
timeout.
you should have hung out with the girl. What's her name on the boat? That got the. What's her name?
Sean Tover.
Sean, you should have been on Sean Tover's boat party, bro.
That's where you sounded like you needed to be.
Exactly.
With Sean Tover and now.
Because he was a mess. I mean, that was a mess.
We don't really need your ass anyway. Go ahead, sing.
Did you watch the BET Awards last night?
No, I didn't.
I did not.
I didn't even know where to watch them. I guess if you have BET Plus or cable, who got that anymore? People that cable. Now they're lumping in cable with people's internet service. So I guess some people had them. There was some wins. Diddy was the one who hosted it. He definitely had people coming out. He did like a montage of, hits that he used to have, like people that used to work with him. He had Shine there. Jodeci came out, Mary J. Blige, Little Kim. It was really good to see them in their hits.
Well, let see your headphones.
Jasmine Sullivan won the BET Award for Best Female R&B Pop Artist. Lotto won Best BET Award for Best New Artist. She did a really big performance. Lotto has that song called Big Energy, but it has that Mariah Carey sample. What is that song? Is it Sweet Fantasy? It's Fantasy. Yeah, so she had Mariah Carey was actually there and came out for that song. So that was actually a good look for her. WizKid and Thames. That song, I don't need no other body. Essence. They won the award for Best Collaboration. Kirk Franklin and Lil Baby won BET Award for Best Gospel Inspirational Song. What song that is?
Right. When did they come out with a song?
What song that is, Kirk Franklin? Let me hear that song.
Let me see what it is.
Mary J. Blige won BET Her Award. So shout out to her. Thames, she won BET Award for Best International Act. The Weeknd won BET Award for Best Male R&B and Pop Artist. Silk Sonic, they won BET Award for Album of the Year. I don't even know who Silk Sonic is. I never heard of them.
That's with Bruno Mars and
Bruno Mars and
what is his name?
he has a Bruno Mars in a group?
Yeah, girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Okay.
I think that's the group that performed at the other place, the Billboard was, right?
I think it was.
With Billboard.
Who he partnered up with?
Oh my God.
He was
The
doing
song
so
is-
good by himself.
That's fine.
Who did he partner up with?
But let me tell you something. Now, that's a guy,
Oh.
Barbie Cologne, that's a guy who sings and works and entertain.
Yes.
He's a
an
guy,
entertainer.
he's focused on the mission at hand. Bruno Mars is the modern day Michael Jackson. This guy is a pure entertainer. You think he got time to be running around making stories on social media and doing it for the likes? He don't have no time for that because he's great at one thing. And then all the other blessings in this guy life articulate later on. But this is a guy, I don't even think Bruno Mars would touch verses right now because there's no one that probably can't go against him. This guy is the epitome of a professional. Ray J, you need to go open up for freaking Bruno Mars.
That would be a good versus Bruno Mars and Usher. They were talking about doing Usher. They said doing Usher. Chris Brown and Usher. But
I mean, they all kind of in the same genre.
But I would like to see Bruno Mars and Usher.
Yo,
I
Usher
feel like
is a
they
beast.
do the same
Usher,
type of. I don't
Usher
know, but I
is
don't
a
know
beast.
if Bruno Mars has as many hits as Usher, as well as producing.
Because Chris does.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
But Bruno Mars writes a lot. He writes for a lot of people.
I don't know, man. That Usher, bro. I don't know.
Right, Usher is bomb.
I don't know. I don't know if Chris got them hits that could run with Usher. I'm telling you. I mean, Chris got his, but
that's why they
Usher got a catalog.
He does, but that's why they were saying
slow joints, party joints.
Will make a great
Usher will probably not even do a verse.
Chris Brown got more hits than Bruno. That's why they were saying Usher and Chris will probably make a good verse.
What else, Senny?
Nah, I want to see Bruno Mars.
I would love to see Bruno verse somebody because he is good.
Also, people are.
I want to see Pinky in the ass and verses. I want Pinky in the ass versus the ass. I want Pinky versus Cherokee on verses. Would you see that?
No.
Pinky versus Cherokee the ass on verses. I'll see that. Put number one if you want to see that. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go someplace else with my story. More than $100,000 has been raised, okay, for this loyal Burger King employee of 27 years in this GoFundMe campaign after a video goes viral showing him getting a goodie bag as a reward. Burger King employee Kevin Ford is receiving a flood of donations on GoFundMe after a video of a prize bag he received on his 27th work anniversary went viral on Twitter. Now, Ford he worked as a cook and a cashier at the Burger King in the Las Vegas McCarran International Airport for 27 years without missing a day. Bro. Without missing a day. So now the video gained most of its attention to Twitter. It was originally posted on TikTok, and he was showing off his reward.
Just count the 5 on your mic.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I just don't understand.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I just don't understand.
You did that for somebody else. Go ahead.
This okay, so this worker who's been working at Burger King for the past 27 years without missing a day, he decided to go on TikTok because he received a reward from working there. Right. And he received a single movie ticket, a Starbucks cup, and some candy in a plastic drawstring backpack. He refers to the goodie bag as a reward for his years of loyalty to the franchise. But despite his appreciation for the gift, many online criticized it as lackluster for an employee of over 3 decades. Ford admitted to feeling let down by the gesture, but maintained that he was grateful for the recognition. Compared to the monetary gifts employees received before the pandemic, he said he felt the goodie bag didn't really measure up. His daughter Serena created a GoFundMe page following the reaction on social media. She wrote, "My dad continues to work here because though he does look young, he is coming up on retirement age and leaving would cost him his retirement. He took this job 27 years ago as a single father after he was granted full custody of his 2 eldest daughters. He continued to work at Burger King to provide health care for all 4 of his daughters throughout school." Serena let potential daughters know that Ford wasn't in desperate need of financial support, but the money would help him to visit his grandchildren in Texas. The fundraiser quickly exceeded its original goal, and it's continuing to get donations even after hitting $100,000. One notable donor is comedian David Spade, who donated $5,000 to Ford and encouraged him to keep up the good work. Burger King addressed the criticism, saying, "The Burger King brand and its many franchises nationwide are committed to recognizing and celebrating the achievements of the thousands of people serving across a wide range of roles, all dedicated to providing our guests a world-class experience." The fast food chain clarified that the gift in the viral video was a reward in recognition of a short-term positive experience. However, there is a robust employee recognition program for such milestones. Well, then what is it? And what short-term positive performance experience? They were congratulating him on 27 years. That's not short-term. So I don't understand.
Wait a minute.
Make it make sense, Burger King.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah, 'cause
sorry.
you're not paying attention.
Yeah, because we're trying to fix Barbie's mic.
She's talking just fine.
No, I know.
Really low.
No, it's something going on with Barbie's mic. We're trying to fix it. That's why.
Okay.
This is at Burger King.
Yeah.
And he worked 27 years there.
Yes.
And he never missed a day.
Never did miss.
And on that 27th anniversary, they gave him a goodie bag.
Yep.
But he still works there.
Yes. It was equivalent to going to a child's first birthday and getting a goodie
Right.
bag. Okay,
Now,
it was horrible.
now this is where your boy Harvey, welcome to Harvey's house. This is where social media and the internet does good.
Right.
This is the good in social media. The daughter had the whereabouts and the social media savvy to go on and create this and embarrass this corporation. Burger King, you should be, and if you're eating at Burger King today, you should be ashamed of yourself. No, because of what's going on with this milestone. First of all, sir, are you mentally challenged? Why are you gonna work 27 years without missing a day at Burger King? Like, what's going on? I understand you got the kids and everything, but there must be the light. The kids.
He tried to provide for his daughter.
The lights are on, but nobody's home. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Sean.
There's something mentally wrong with a person that comes to a job every day for 27 years. You are out of your mind. But that's besides the point. That's besides the point. Because you're crazy, the uniforms, you're sitting there wiping the glass, you're jerking off in the bathroom. I don't know, what are you doing?
Short.
But there is something wrong with people. Okay, a year, maybe two.
There's nothing wrong with working at fast food, Sean.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with working at fast food. I'm saying this. Do you know when you work? I don't know if you ever work with somebody.
Any job, actually.
Yeah, any job. It's nothing has to do with fast food. But you work at any job, and sometimes you have an employee that never miss a day, and we're kind of resentful with them when you work at a job, because those are the type of employees that come in the snowstorm. And then you call out and say, I can't make it. And what's this guy's name?
I think it was Michael Ford.
Yeah, you call in and you can't make it. And the higher boss always go, Michael's there though.
Right.
If Michael can make it, why you can't? See, this is what I'm saying. There's something mentally wrong with Michael.
Well, they're in Las Vegas. Ain't no snow days over there.
So whatever. It's something mentally wrong with somebody. So when people go work at a job and they work a whole year straight, we all look at them like, wow, that is an accomplishment, no question about it. But when you work 7 years and haven't missed a day, what is wrong with your life? Like, in 27 years, I'm for sure somebody in Michael's circle passed away. You didn't go to a funeral. You don't give a damn about these kids. Like, F these kids who says F these kids on the show? Everybody. All right. So what's wrong with your life?
Oh, Danielle.
Danielle,
like,
Danielle. What's wrong with your life? What are you doing? 27 years? It has nothing to do with Burger King. There's something mentally wrong with you.
Sure.
And you was a single parent. Who watched the kids? You took them to Burger King?
It was a daycare.
What? Yo, bro.
He was probably able to work school hours.
Bro.
Like fast food. He's probably able to get off by
and
like
that's
3,
it.
4
And look what
o'clock.
happened. You didn't take a day off. And look what happened. They gave you a goodie bag.
Oh, yeah, that's him.
Let me see what he's a neighbor?
Yeah, I saw the video, but it wasn't clear. I didn't see it.
But, he's raised, at least 2 daughters. His 2 oldest daughters.
He's teaching his children great work.
Yeah, no, he's teaching his kid never miss a day of work. Listen.
Great work ethic.
Listen.
This is about Burger King, okay, and their trash.
Yes.
That's what you should be trashing.
Right. Yes. I'm going to get to Burger King in a minute. There's something mentally unstable with somebody that does that. Now, Burger King. Shame on you. And I just said it in the beginning. Everybody shouldn't even go to Burger King today. What you should do is give him some money. Give him something.
Right.
Give him 20,000. Dude, give him a gold shirt. Give him something.
20,000 would have been really nice.
I'm for sure 27 years ago, Burger King, your stock was at the same price as it was 27 years ago. Right. than it was today. Break him off some money. Buy him a car. Do something for this guy.
They could have bought him a car.
Do it. Come on, you got the money. Even though, and this is not a franchise thing. This is from the higher ups. Forget about the franchise. He works for the local guy who owns the Burger King. This is from the corporate. You guys should say, yo, man, this guy 27 years.
He deserves more than
Yo,
some
let's get this.
lifesavers.
Let him rent 2 boats and go on a lake in Georgia somewhere.
No.
But my whole thing is,
like who put together the little goodie bag?
and whoever
Like,
put together the goodie bag, they should be immediately fired.
a movie ticket?
Movie tickets for 27 years. You know how many mops this dude done went through?
What is he, a teeny bopper? The heck?
Why would you do that to him?
I would have quit that day. I swear.
Why would you quit?
I don't know.
27 years? He would kill himself. He could
y'all.
never quit Burger King. That's all he knows. And there's nothing wrong with that as well. Because I just said it a few minutes ago. He excelled at one thing in his life. He's great at working at Burger King. The 27 years, that's strange to me. But he should be rewarded by the corporation. God, get this guy to, they should give him $27,000. At least $1,000 a year for working there.
Right.
Or what they say, the Babylonians, when they retire, they give you the big gold watch. Buy him a $50,000 watch so he can sell it.
Right. The heck?
Barbi, let's see how much the Burger King Corporation is worth. If you don't mind. Go ahead, see what's next.
No, that's all I have. It's 8:30. Do you want to?
Oh yeah, that's right. We got now. I gotta go.
go.
Now we gotta go. Well, before we leave, if you don't mind, just see how much is the Burger King, because Burger King, if you're worth over 500,
They are the net worth of Burger King is $10 billion.
$10 billion, Burger King worldwide, man.
And it makes no sense. You gonna give
Yo,
him a
come on, man.
$3.72 goodie bag.
Come on,
okay?
Burger King. First of all, take the franchise away from the franchisee guy. Take him away from that guy.
It's McCarran International Airport.
Oh, you can't take that away. Or you know what, Senny? You know what they should do? Give him his own Burger King.
He might not want that.
Give him something.
They could have given him like a check.
Give him
for
a check.
At least $1,000.
And then what? The kindness of the people. How much money they made for him?
$100,000.
Okay, then I tell you what. Burger King.
David Spade gave him $5 grand.
Right. Thank you, Davis.
Burger King.
Match that.
Match that.
Right.
Match that. $10 billion.
Match it, add some zeros.
Match that for this dude. 27 years. Working at Burger King. He's out of his mind. But match the $100,000 so he can have $200 so he can retire, do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, leave that place, sir.
Right.
He should
Drop that.
retire. He should retire from there so he can get every last penny that's owed to him. He can get his retirement.
Is he at retirement age yet?
Yeah, his daughter said
I know she said he was nearing retirement age.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter how old he is.
But he
Been
don't
able to.
even look like he's like 65.
Yeah, because black don't crack.
He did not look 65.
But you see, he had a great work-life balance.
Right,
He
right.
wasn't stressed.
The baby looking
There
great.
you go.
Because what I said 20 minutes ago, guys,
This
he
man
focused.
looks like he's
he
at least 50.
He focused
He looks
on
good.
one thing
He
and
looks good.
became great at it. Ray J, you need to read this story. See how that one guy was focused on Burger King and he made it a success. Burger King matched that $100,000. Do the right thing.
Right.
All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
We're out of here. Do the right thing, Burger King. Do the right thing, Burger King. And don't eat Burger King today, guys.
Oh, man.
Actually, haven't had Burger King in a couple years.
Burger King is better than
Burger King in a
McDonald's.
minute. It is.
It's better than McDonald's.
Absolutely. I definitely
Double Whoppers for life.
Yes. That's all I got is a Whopper. No onion, please.
Grilled up for you.